they save state in the room at the specific frame count, which causes Shadow Man to work the exact same every single time. You are watching Nico Evaluates. I'm a video game critic, analyst and QA tester with over 29 years of experience on Mega Man games. You have arrived at the source of honest criticism. Hello people! We have to be quick, I have to refund this game. I bought it just for this fucking video. So why I never bought the Legacy... Actually, I need to have a timer. I can only have this game up for 2 hours, so I can refund it. So why didn't I originally buy the Mega Man Legacy Collection? You know, I like Mega Man, why wouldn't I do that? You know, with the challenges and the... whatever it has. Leaderboards. Before the game came out, Legacy Collection, I said in Discord that just you wait, it'll be 2 days and the leaderboards will be hacked. And some people were like, nah, I don't think they will be hacked. It's Capcom, they know what they're doing. Well, in 2 days, the leaderboards got hacked. Didn't take too long, and that was too easy to see. So there's really no incentive to even do these challenges now, because... What is this? Is this 3 seconds or 3 milliseconds? Does not look like that they've completed the challenge fairly. That's 20 seconds now, 21. Oh, and it just keeps going. Okay, so how do I get out of this? How do I get out of... What? I have to press select and go to quit to get out of the fucking... Yep. Holy shit. Take over. No thanks. Return the game. Return the game. It's not my game. I'm looking at somebody else play the game. How do I exit this son of a bitch and fucking replay? Quit? What? Are you sure you want to quit? Okay, that's how you exit that. So, okay, so none of this matters because they've been hacked. Restart challenge. It's not my run. I'm watching somebody else's run. It's not my run. I know why this is happening too, and I'll tell you in a bit, but... no, I don't want to do that. So I quit, yes. Leaderboard. Somebody defeated the Mega Tracker in 5 seconds. Let's look at it. Yeah, they died. Okay, that's how you beat the challenge, you die. 1 second. This really makes me wanna, like, compete. Time's up. So clearly they didn't do anything else but hack the leaderboard. So those are worthless now. Leaderboards are worthless. Music player. Okay, you get a music player. Which might be the best part about this. Otherwise you have to go to YouTube and rip them off of there. Or download the ROMs and extract the songs from the ROMs. So this is a pretty nice way of giving everyone the music bits, but can I save them to my PC or can I just listen to them here? So let's go to the actual directory where the game is at and let's see if the songs actually exist. I don't think they do, it's just playing them off of the ROM probably. And yes, I said ROM. Why is the game folder named after an enemy from Mega Man 1? Proteus.exe. So you can save these. So this is also worthless. You can just... You wanna listen to music, you boot the game and listen to it. Okay, thanks. Never gonna use that. Worthless. Options. So you got the Japanese ROMs. And you got the American ROMs. CPU speed. Original turbo. That tells a lot to the customer. You can change your buttons, which is nice. You can. The nice thing about this is that the gamepad works out of the box. That's good. Got your screen modes, V-Syncs, and that's pretty much the options. Credits. Credits of what? Digital Eclipse. So these are the names who made the emulator, I suppose. The Legacy Collection is running a fork of an emulator, and it's running the original Mega Man ROMs. Okay? So you're buying ROMs. I'll let that sink for a moment. You're buying ROMs, okay? These are not re-releases. These games have not been changed. They have not been updated in any way. Glitches have not been fixed, because they can't do that. These are ROMs. And unless they did some ROM hacking, which they haven't, nothing has changed. You know, before this got announced, a lot of people thought that, hey, they're gonna fix a bunch of things, we're gonna fix the bugs and such and re-release them, make them from the ground up. No. What they most likely did is that they went to Google, they typed in Mega Man ROMs, and they downloaded the ROMs, and then they just made a fork for a popular emulator, made their own version of it for some fucking reason, even though they didn't have to. And then they just put the ROM in the emulator package, and the emulator automatically runs these ROMs from inside it. So effectively what you're paying for here is, you're paying 15 bucks for somebody else to go to Google and download the ROMs and give you an emulator to play the games with. That's what you're doing. You're paying 15 bucks for less than 5 minutes of work. That's what you're doing. Sure, they added the leaderboards, they added the challenge modes, but let's go through them. Let's check them out. And don't quote me, but at some point before the release, Capcom said that, oh, it's running in a fancy new engine. The games are running under a completely new engine. It's not a new engine, it's an emulator. And inside of the exe of the release, you can find the 6 ROMs. So this has been all looked up by a Reddit user. And before it even got released, I was like, it's gonna be ROMs. Because they don't have the original source code anymore. Capcom doesn't have the source code for these games. There's no way they can just, like, repackage them. They have to go find them in Google and download them and put it in this. And even if you replace the ROMs with a ROM hack of the same game, it still works. Or it can partially work, but it'll work. Here's also the hex editor addresses that point to these games inside the Proteus.exe. There's also cheat functions in the emulator, debug features which they probably used. They have infinite health and infinite lives flags inside one of the data files that you can flag as true, and then you'll have cheats in your games. So one of the other problems, let's see, so if I go to Mega Man 1 database, probably, so this is, I fathom the cool stuff. This is not worth 15 bucks though, okay? What is in here? Production art. You get all of this that most likely is on Google. Yes, it is, I remember these. These are on Google, you can find these. You don't have to boot up the game to look at these. So that's worthless. Database, yeah, that's... So challenges. Let me explain what's going on with this one. Are there challenges for one Robot Master? So you have Mega Man 1 Robot Rush. So Mega Man 3 Robot Rush, for example. How do I play this? I have to unlock it. I was gonna show you a specific problem with this, but looks like I can't. Unless I beat the other challenges first. Why can't I just select any challenge I want? What the hell is this aspect ratio? Wait a minute. And why do they trap you facing right in the room? So, okay, so the challenges are made with save states. That's the... I wouldn't say that's a problem, but the way they've done it is a bit of a problem. So they trap you in facing right. What is this aspect ratio? It's not... This is the weirdest aspect ratio I've seen. It's not the true aspect ratio, the health bar is fucked up. But I don't... It would be so much easier to just use an actual emulator and ROMs and like fiddle with the graphic settings. This looks so wrong. So in order for me to showcase some of that shit to you, I have to actually beat some of these. And it's gonna take more than 2 hours, then I can't refund this anymore. We are in a it's a huge problem. I want my money back. Does somebody actually play the games with this aspect ratio? It's like stretched out. Why is it? Why the fuck? Oh, come! That's a nice save state, thanks. You put me right on the edge? Really? I was holding right when I exited the previous section. Of course I'm gonna drop down from there. That's cool. You can see how hastily they made these challenges. So all that this is doing right now is loading save states. Oh, this is also done like this. Are you fucking kidding me? Horrible save state. It's not in rhythm. It forces you to like do more of this, I guess. But it's basically pointing to the load states and save states in the data files and loading these off of the ROMs. That's how they made this challenge mode here. So let's see if I beat like one of the challenges. Can I then like get more of them unlocked? Or how do you do that? There's an unlock system in the game. Oh! These are done so nicely. You get like no time looking at this when you first pop in here. But then if you die, it takes like 10 seconds to show you where you are. You literally have to like learn these. Like what comes after what, so you know what to press. You can't react as fast as it requires you to. Because I literally blinked and I missed it. Like this, it just traps you in without even like, you don't see what's going on. And I think even the screen is white. Yeah, the screen is white until you're, oh, 4 E-tanks. They made a save state with 4 E-tanks at this point. This is hilarious. I mean, I didn't think I'd have this much fun looking at this, but alas, that's happening. Well, the biggest work they did was making these save states. Okay, so I didn't unlock anything. Oh, nice. That's a nice place to drop you. That's a really nice place to drop you. I didn't think these save states were this bad, but apparently they are. I thought this was like half decent at least. But no, that's not how it works. Oh, you can't... There's no select button. They have fucked me. Border on. Button configuration. Yeah, there's no select button anymore, but there's a rewind button. But that doesn't help us here. So if you wanna speedrun Mega Man 1 for any percent, you can't use this, because there's no select button. Literally you can't... Well, there's probably a category for this, but you know what I mean. Like you can't use the select button on your any percent runs. There's much less lag here though. The emulator is doing a good job of getting rid of lag. It feels more smooth. But that's not how I remember the game. This aspect ratio is just like there's no option to change the aspect ratio anywhere that I can find. Imagine having to play the game to unlock more of the game. Okay, here we go, we got some more of them. But I want to get to the Mega Man 3 Robot Rush, that's what I want to get to. Because I want to show you something. So let's quickly do this. 7 lives. It's hilarious to see that like somebody else played the game to this point. They had 7 lives to spare. It's like I'm playing somebody else's save file. But that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's somebody else's save file. I can imagine them playing through the game and be like, fuck me, they're having a really hard time. I don't want to do this, but I have to. It's hilarious to think about. So I could show you Cut Man, but that would be a bad example. I want to show you Shadow Man and show you what happens when you make a challenge mode on a game like Mega Man that runs on an NES, and how it's way different than if you want to get like a legit idea of like a Robot Master. Legacy Collection is not where you're gonna look at, because they save stated the game in awkward places. Where if you save state it to a certain spot like this, the frame count is gonna be the same. The memory will play out exactly the same. So if a Robot Master is heavy on patterns, if you save state at the same spot and load it every time, the Robot Master is gonna behave the same way every time. So I wanna actually show you how Shadow Man plays in this. Because that's the problem. Shadow Man will play the exact same every single time. And you'll get to know what he does. If you just learn the patterns he does, it's gonna be the same. And that gives you the false assumption of like how Shadow Man actually works. Because it took me 5 years to no miss, no damage Shadow Man. And then somebody played the Legacy Collection and said, it's really easy, you just like learn the patterns, like it's the same every time. And I'm like, no, that's because they save stated the Legacy Collection. That's the reason why it works like that. And that was a huge shocker, they wouldn't believe it. And they probably still don't believe it, like, fuck you, right? 7 lives again. Holy shit, there's no lag here, oh god! Oh, that is so unnatural for some reason. Like Iceman without lag. What have they done with this emulator? Weird. What? I swear to god I pressed the button. Nothing came out, okay. You probably even heard my button press. Do I still have to beat more of these? Mega Man 2 Mega Mix. Oh god! This is so hilarious, I mean. It sounds like the only thing I'm doing is shitting on the game. But it's like, well, if you're a newbie, this could be fun. Like, you get to know Mega Man without like downloading the emulator and ROMs yourself. Because that's so difficult. It doesn't even tell me where to go. What if the goal is on the left side? Of course, as a old Mega Man player, you know to go right. But if you never played this before, how do you know where you're supposed to go? But that's just nitpicking at this point. But as an introduction to Mega Man, this could work. I mean, if you never played Mega Man and you wanna try it out, go ahead and like put $15 on it, but knowing that somebody else used 5 minutes of their time to put these ROMs on this fucking package, when you could have done it and paid nothing. Well, you're gonna say, hey, ROMs are illegal. Yeah, it's kind of like jaywalking at night without traffic against like red lights. You cross the street. Yeah, it's illegal, but everyone does it. Because there's nobody else around. Why would you fucking wait? These games are almost 40 years old at this point. They're not gonna... Like, they're not making money with this anymore. Oh wait, now they are. So you should not feel bad. Who is not using ROMs these days? I mean, it's number 1 for preservation of old games. Number 2 is just convenient. You have a lot more options to customize. This is strictly... What you see is what you get right here. Look at this aspect ratio. Makes me wanna gag. 6 lives this time they gave us. Getting epilepsy for that effect. Oh god, I almost pressed right. That would have straight up killed me. So what you have learned in this small period with these challenges is that you don't press a button when you're when you're transferring between challenges. This again. I did this already. Except from a slightly different spot. Heck! There's no explosion sound on the fish. The emulator cancelled itself out. They somehow made it worse. You know what? You actually keep your health. That's really interesting. Still got 6 lives, so it loads the same load state when you die, you don't lose lives. So you keep your health between the rooms. So it actually writes to some kind of a temporary, like, file, the amount of health you had, and then it loads that amount of health for the next challenge. That's actually pretty genius. If that is how that works, but it looks like it. So I'm not sure why they couldn't just load the lives as well. Just, like, save the data from when you exited to the portal, and check how many lives or, like, E-tanks you have, and then, like, load it back. So yes, they've done like a few things, like differently. But there are problems with it, like a lot of problems. It could be cool, to some extent. I literally didn't have to make the ladder. How many do I have to beat to get to the Mega Man 3 Robot Rush? Like a couple more, I guess. Complete 7 more? Holy fuck, 7 more challenges. They probably locked the lives when they played the game and just like 6. Second wily phase where you can't dodge the attacks, there's no way to dodge them. And this is save stated like a couple of seconds after the beginning. How do you know if you like have any tools on these? Like you have to check every time. So why would you not use the item 2 here? Or probably because I'm gonna get killed? Never mind. Yep, look, did you see that? Full health actually flashed in for a moment and then it read the file with your energy and loaded it. That's really interesting. Oh god, fucking! Way to keep me on my toes. Couldn't I have just used the item 2 again? That's a good ringtone. Topical. Oh god, the time is on top of the platforms I'm supposed to jump on. I can't see him. The challenge mode is kind of like you don't get to enjoy any of the games. It drops you in, you play them for 5 seconds and you're done with it. Like, this is not fun. At least it's not fun to me. Maybe I'm too old for this. Didn't make you go through the big eye. Oh fuck, now they did. Well, Mega Man 2 Robot Rush should be fast. Again, look at the save state. It's in the air, it's in the room. So if I played the Rockman version, I suppose I would have the difficult version. That's the almost impossible pattern. All of this can be done, but that one's just... well, we know about it. So in that case... Airman's gonna have the same patterns every time, because that's save stated in the room. There are slight variations you can do when you save state, by maybe at the point when you load, if you hold left or right, that might alter the pattern. But it kinda depends where you are. And as we know, Quick Mac gets stuck inside the walls. So I'm not sure we can actually like look at the pattern and if it's the same or not. So Quick Mac is kinda hard to prove. Quick Mac's AI actually worked the way it's supposed to work, then it would work the same way every time and you'd actually learn to fight that way. But since it's broken, it's probably not possible. So Square Machine should be the same every time. It starts with the normal speed. Then it's the slow speed, of course, because it goes fastest, normal and slow. So if I retry this, restart challenge, is it the same speed again? Because they have save stated inside the room. Yep, that's normal speed. And if you restart it again... that's normal speed. So it's the same every single time you play this. Of course, it has to be, because otherwise everyone would have a different like time, depending on RNG. So that ends up working in a boss like this, like the Square Machine. It's okay that it's the same every time, because otherwise what's the point of leaderboards? But in a case like a Robot Master fight, the RNG should definitely be there. It should not be the same every time, because that's not how they work. It's based on frames. It's kind of like an easy way to say it is like it's based on frames. So it depends when you save state. The frame count depends, like kind of changes what the boss does. So essentially, if you play the stage from the beginning till the end, the same exact way every time, like with a tool assisted run, you made the exact same inputs every time you got to the boss gate at the same exact time every time, the boss would work the same every single time. That's how it works. So the RNG comes from the fact that time changes, and the time you spend in the level and what you like, how long it took you to get to the gates. That's at least how I understand it. Maybe it's not exactly how it works, but you get the idea. Somebody can correct me if they know more about it, like Phil. Let's do the unthinkable. Haven't done this in like a year. Okay. Mega Man 3 Robot Rush, one more. Okay, one more. Mega Man 4 remix. But Mega Man 3 remix is probably gonna be shorter. Fuck. Let's do Mega Man 4. Let's see how they massacred my boy. Can't I just use chat here? 7 lives again. What is there like deal with 7 lives? What's up with that? Don't move, you can die. I'm not gonna even bother killing this because it's not gonna matter. The checkpoint's gonna be right here. Or the portal. So you can just like crash into everything. There's no like actual like challenge where you have to actually use the weapons and do like real slick movements and not die. Because you can just crash into everything and probably... well, you will eventually die like that, I suppose, but like a few rooms at least you can just like Rambo through them. Heck! Should have shot. Skull barrier would be nice here. Have they gotten all the items? Yes. How many lives do they have again? Like 7? Of course 7. What were you thinking? So for this they just use the password to get all the items. Then just like revisit dive mass stage and save state there. Did they get the E-tank from this level? No, they didn't. That would have been hilarious to think about. Can this... What? What is that gonna do? A 1-up. They actually put Eddie in this, which is hilarious. If it gives anything else than like energy, it doesn't carry over. Pretty sure E-tanks don't work like that. So if it just drops energy, you're fine. Okay, now we get to the thing that I wanted to show you. Mega Man 3 Robot Rush. Let's see this. The gate is not even fully closed. So Snake Man is gonna work the same every time, no matter what. He always does this. So let's just use Needle to get this done faster so I can refund this piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, I mean there's people who benefit from this, I guess. Okay, here it is. Let's see this. Jump, jump, slide. Jump, jump, jump. Shadow Blade. So it's slide and Shadow Blade. 2 blades. 3 blades. And slide. Let's see. So slide, blade, 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 slide. Is it gonna do the same thing every time? Try and guess 2 times. They actually jump through the gate. Slide. Blade. Blade. Blade and slide. There it is. Fuck me. I mean, why am I surprised? I'm not surprised. This is how it works. They save state in the room at the specific frame count, which causes Shadow Man to work the exact same every single time. And of course you can always go back to the idea that, well, it's done like this on purpose because then it's like fair to everyone that the fight is the same. It's a challenge run. Yeah, but it's not showcasing like how bad Shadow Man actually is. It's showcasing the fight in a better light. And in a Robot Master fight like this, I would hope that there was RNG involved, because that's how it's meant to be. It's not meant to be the same every time. Shadow Man is not this easy. So if you just practice this over and over again, you actually get to know like what it does every single time and you'll beat it easily. This is a fuck you for everything that I've done. For my no miss, no damage challenge that took 5 years, this is a fuck you in my fucking face. If it was this easy, I would have done it in an hour. Just learn what it does every single time. Jesus. Reset the defaults. Reset what the defaults? Reset values. What values? Yes? Okay. Like these values? Like I forgot what I set these to? What problem are you having with this product? I purchased it. I'd like to request a refund. Reason. It's not fun. Notes. You hit your head on nothing. Well, hope you learned something. I'll catch you next time.